Hello We Are Movie Club, it's me Jenny, and this week's movie was picked by Jennel Smiles, linked somewhere on screen, and her pick was Frank and Robot. And my quick review for this is, despite knowing that this is a very low budget indie film, it only has about 4 sets and everything's quite simplistic in terms of the way that the sets are used and how the plot develops. It's very sweet, it's very charming, I found it very witty, I laughed quite a few times. You can tell that the script is very good just simply by the cast they managed to get. Susan Sarandon, Liv Tyler and James Masters are all Hollywood A-listers, and they all came into this film, and you can tell that they were really sold by the script, and the script is so charming and so witty, particularly the countdown sequence. It's just very sweet and very lovable. I like the fact that it discusses the topic of how families cope with memory loss and dementia, particularly in the elderly. And I like how it really does have a look at technology and how it can have a certain level of sentience, and particularly sentience of technology versus sentience of someone who is losing their memory and what makes self. And that could turn into a very deep, overwrought subject, but this is very light-hearted and it's brought up in a very sweet sort of way, so it's not too overt and it's not so distracting that you can't enjoy it, but it's a nice like little undertone. And I like that technology is getting towards that point, particularly after seeing the video from PAX where they were talking about the seals that help people with Alzheimer's instead of cats or dogs, because they have no preconceptions about seals, so that they can really find some sort of level of enjoyment from something that is able to learn the basics. And I would really love to see technology progress to a point where robots were able to have this connection, this level of learning, and just a level of sort of friendship without the problems that come with humans, where it is very, very heart-wrenching for families who are dealing with problems of dementia and Alzheimer's to be able to connect with someone who can't remember them. And I would really love to see technology go to a point where it can help people who are suffering from these problems. That being said, it's not the most realistic in terms the technology I can genuinely buy into in a way. The way that they handled dementia or memory loss isn't so well done. There's a certain level of disconnect for me because, in my experience, memory loss is a lot more relevant to you remember a lot of your long-term memory but are not able to absorb short-term memory. And this character of Frank kind of does the opposite, where he completely forgot about his wife but is able to plan an entire heist. And that's not very realistic to me, but despite all that, at the end, during the sequence between the last bedroom sequence at Frank's house and the next scene where his family visiting him, I had the most bizarre emotional response to that, and I was weeping for about 20 seconds for no reason. It was literally, I was happy, 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 weeping, happy again. It was the weirdest catharsis I've ever had, and I think that's for personal reasons more than anything else, but that shows you how good this film is. The fact that it made me laugh, it made me smile, and it made me cry, and left me with a happy feeling overall. I also like the fact that Frank, it's very clearly kind of undertoned that his family are living off the spoils of his career as a criminal. It's clear that Liv Tyler's character is going out and she seems almost like a bit of a useless person. She seems like she's going to write a book or something in foreign countries or write an article without actually ever having any evidence of her writing. But she's able to do that because of the spoils of her father's ware. Similarly, James Masters' character is able to pay his way through college and raise his children, possibly because of the spoils of his father's ware. So it's slightly like the American dream in a way, because Frank has worked hard his entire life. He's you know, achieved excellence in his field, and is able to support his family, despite the fact that actually what he was doing for a living was slightly illegal. Yeah. So that's my review. I very much enjoyed this film. I would recommend it, although I can see a lot of people would find this quite slow or quite dull. I really, really enjoyed it. And next week's movie pick will be by Mr. Humanity, link somewhere on screen as well, and I think that's about all I can say without rambling on for way too long. And that's about it. I will see you guys all next week. Bye guys.